Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am so excited for this video because we're going to be playing with some new single shadows from Terra Cosmetics, which is one of my favorite indie brands. They did send these over to me in PR and I was so beyond excited and grateful because, for one, I have their new Iridescent Chameleons and these are what they look like. I haven't swatched them yet. We're going to do a quick little swatch party and then jump into this eye look. I used one of them for my eye today, but I love their original Iridescent Chameleons. I bought them all myself. They were a bit expensive, but they are some of my favorite single shadows ever. Like, I live, die, breathe for those. So when they sent me a message that they were coming out with more shades, like, it was like jumping around my house kind of moment. But then they also sent over one of their little magnetic palettes, which is so cute. And the inside, here, I'll show you the inside before I show you the colors. It says, like the moon, you're beautiful in every phase. And then TM, that is so cute. Here are all of their new neon matte shades. And I was, again, super intrigued going to purchase these ones. I talked about it in an indie makeup releases, that they just looked so beautiful in swatches. And I love the Terra matte formula. So I had really high hopes that these would be neons that would actually blend and not give me trouble. So like I said, I'm gonna have this eye look at the end of the video, but let's just go ahead and jump on in and start with some swatches. I think I'm gonna do the Iridescent Chameleons first. Oh wait, actually, let me be a good YouTuber for a second. If you are new to my channel, I'm so happy to have you here. My name is Amy. I absolutely love talking about indie makeup here on my channel, so if you are interested in learning about small indie brands, products that not everyone is talking about, then this is definitely the place for you. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now let's jump right on in, and I'm gonna let you know also, please give me your feedback. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna say yes, but I pulled out all of my Terra shadows and put them all together. So if you want to see like an entire brand swatch party of all of my Terra shadows, because there's quite a lot of them, definitely let me know. The reason I was going to say that is because I'm not going to compare these to the other Iridescent Chameleons right now, but I will if I do the giant swatch party video. I'll buy a bottle of wine. It'll be a good time. So, first we have the shade Timeshift, and it's so funny because looking at these up close, they look so bland until you swatch them. I mean, you can see the one that I swatched from doing my eye look. That is so pretty. Okay, so there's a green yellow shift on this one, like super bright green from my direction, or when I'm looking this way instead of that way. So here's Timeshift. I feel like that one feels a little bit more satiny, but very beautiful. And then next we have one that looks a little bit more pinky. This is the shade Euphoria. This one is a little bit more dusty. It's not quite as smooth, just from putting my finger in the pan. Oh wow, okay. So that one has like a purple shift, but then looking from this direction, I also see gold and pink. So I would say that one has more multi-chrome vibes to it. Very pretty, but it is a little bit on the drier side. It's not quite as metallic. And then next we have the shade Astral. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, that is super pretty. It's giving me Red Giant vibes, which is my favorite shadow that they have, where it has like that red shift to it, but this one's a little bit more orange, and then it has the green base, so it's very pretty. I think I actually have something kind of similar from Cleona Cosmetics, their stained glass collection, but I can't remember the shade off the top of my head. And then next we have the shade Phoenix, and this is the one that I have all over my eyes today. And like I said, I already kind of swatched this one, and this one is so intense and creamy and buttery. Like, this, I think, might be my favorite shade from the new collection. Like, look at that. Do you see that? That is crazy. Look at that. That doesn't even look real. That looks like witchcraft. That orange going through like that. Holy crap. Okay, so it is extremely intense, as you can see, and it almost has like this silvery orange base, but then from the side it looks golden. That is amazing. Next we have the shade Ice Giant, which this one again feels a little bit drier. I feel like there's a little bit of a discrepancy between the different formulas in this extension. I feel like all the other ones that I have are a little bit more all like that same creamy intense formula. But here's Ice Giant. And yeah, that has like a blue purple. That one's pretty satiny. I'm not sure if I'm gonna love that one as much actually. I feel like Phoenix is giving me life. Like actually these two here and this top one is really pretty as well, but these two are a bit softer, which I wasn't expecting. So if you're looking for recommendations for this one, I mean, above all else, Phoenix is my favorite, definitely. Oh, wait. I forgot to tell you guys, I'm filming in my new setup. Isn't it so cute and girly? This is what I've been working on and I kind of love it. Got my little flowers, my lipstick. I just realized I forgot to show you guys the swatches up close as well. I need to get used to filming again. I'm still a mess, I'm sorry. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump on into the neons. So we have Fourth Dimension and then Just a Phase to start off with. Fourth Dimension is just like a pretty true, like soft green neon. And then Just a Phase is a little bit more of a teal. These are extremely buttery, but also they do have kick up. They feel just like the other Terra Moons mattes that I own. So I'm just doing, I think I'll do a second layer on that one just to show you. You can see it definitely builds up. Okay, next we have Azure Sun and Neptune's Waves. Oh wait, no, I think it's Azure Skies. I was just thinking it's such a pretty sky blue, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I think it's Azure Skies. And then Neptune Waves is kind of like a true cobalt blue. I feel like these are swatching a little bit funny because they are neons, but they feel so buttery smooth. Okay, next we have a hot pink called Terraverse, and then this kind of like light pinky purple called Spacebound. Ooh, that's bright. Cannot wait to play with these pinks and purples. Next, I decided to go for the blues and greens today, but oof. Okay, next we have Lunar Haze and Star Crazy. These shades remind me a little bit more of pastels. I guess they do have a brightness to them. I'll be curious to see how they compare to the Terra Moons pastels because I love those mattes. Okay, next we have Land on the Stars and Not That Serious. Land on the Stars, I love the name because it reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. I can't remember who said it, but it's shoot for the moon and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So that's what this reminds me of. Oh, wow. Okay, next we have Jupiter and I, and then Comic Blaze, which these ones look so bright. Oh, my bad. Look how bright that is. I feel like it's not even showing up. It's definitely not showing up on camera how bright it is in real life. They look so muted on my monitor right now. It's kind of frustrating. All right, lastly, we have Meet Me on Mars and Infrared. So I will definitely have to keep you guys updated. You'll see in the demo portion how I'm feeling about the neon mattes so far, but I only tried a few, so I need to keep testing them out. But overall, I think they look so pretty. You can see how messy the palette is now, even after blowing it off. So it's definitely got quite a bit of kickback if that bothers you. Those are all the shadows. I think they look super beautiful together. It's definitely a really pretty array. And even though originally I was looking at some of these pinky orangey shades and feeling like some of it was a little bit redundant, I actually do really see the difference in all of them after swatching them. Like this one's a lot more like a softer kind of pinky peach. This is more of a true coral and orange, kind of like a fiery orangey red, and then a true red. So if you want to see how I got this look, then let's just go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so jumping right on in, I already went ahead and primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer just because it's been working really well for me. I do normally prefer to have something with a bit of coverage, but I'm liking the lasting power on that. So I'm a little overwhelmed at what to do today, but I think I want to do something more blue-green. So I'm going to start off with maybe, I think I'm going to start off with this teal shade right here. It's called Just a Phase. So it definitely has a bit of kickback, but I'm going to go ahead and throw that into my crease using a pointed crease brush just because I want to keep it a little bit lower down. My neighbor is talking to their dog right now outside the window. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But this shade's super pretty. It has a good level of brightness. So once there's barely anything on the brush, I'm just going to go ahead and lightly blend that upwards. Feeling pretty relieved with this first shade so far because it's blending really nicely. And neons are just like infamously quite tricky. So I'm feeling like the more you pack it on, the brighter it will be if I go in and do this kind of motion, which I can do afterwards, but definitely my priority is going to be blending it out. But it looks good, so fingers crossed it blends well when I add a deeper shade on top. All right, now I'm going to take this blue right here called Neptune's Waves, just using the very tip of that same brush, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that on the outer V. Blending out, but it's definitely a little bit softer. Might actually go in and deepen with something from a different palette. And grab the shade Noche Eterna from the Muerte palette from Milk Cosmetics, just to throw a deep blue on top and see how that goes. I just want to see if it'll blend, if it'll stick with the neons. Okay, so once I've gotten that color down, I'm just going to go back into my little crease brush. Just blend the edge. All right, now I'm going to take this lighter green right here called Fourth Dimension. I'm going to pop that on the inner part of the eye, on the lower lash line. I feel like the lower lash line and the inner corner is where neons really stand out. And then I'm going to take the blue right here, which is called Azure Skies, and pop that on the outer half of the lower lash line. All right, last but not least, I'm going to go into the yellow shade called Land on the Stars. And I just wiped off my brush really quickly. I'm going to pop that on the inner corner. Okay, now for the part I'm most excited about, I'm going to jump into the new Iridescent Chameleons, and I'm going to take the shade Phoenix. I really just dropped that. Going to take the shade Phoenix, and I'm going to pop that all over my lid. I don't normally put these on my lid, so now I'm like, ooh, maybe I should have used glitter glue because I'm getting a little bit of fallout. Okay, so that's intense fallout from that. Normally, I just take a tiny bit on a pencil brush and throw it on the inner corner. I don't use these all over the lid that often, even though they're beautiful. Like the Iridescent Chameleons in general, because obviously I just got these ones, the extension shades. But I'm definitely going to use the glitter glue next time. How intense that is on my finger. Maybe the brush was not doing that shadow justice. Oh my goodness. I was thinking like it's a little bit softer. Never mind. I threw in a little extra powder underneath my eyes, which helped the fallout some, but really quickly I'm going to finish up my face off camera and then we'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look and I do really like how it turned out. I am so excited to have some neons that, although when you pack them on, like on the inner corner, they pack quite a punch. They also blend out, they work well with other shadows, like even like the outer V here is not patchy or anything, so I'm super happy with their performance. I hope you enjoyed this video as a whole, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.